Your Excellencies, the African Development Bank is fully supportive of the United Nations Secretary General's Early Warning for All initiative and the Systematic Observations Financing Facility. The bank is, of course, the implementing entity for the facility in Africa, which is supporting several countries already. The African Development Bank is responding to several of these challenges in terms of climate finance. The bank will provide $25 billion in climate finance by 2025. The bank currently devotes 63% of its climate finance to adaptation, the highest of all multilateral financial institutions, and we've exceeded the 50-50 parity called for between mitigation and adaptation by the Secretary General. The Clean Debt Africa Special Fund hosted by the African Development Bank has provided $74 million to support 12 countries and 5 regional climate centers to serve 27 countries. This will allow them to address weaknesses in the diversity of climate and weather services and reduce loss and damage from extreme weather events. The bank is also supporting climate adaptation in a few ways. I'm glad to say that we've launched Africa Climate Adaptation Program to mobilize $25 billion in climate adaptation for Africa, together with the Global Center on Adaptation, and it is the largest adaptation program in the world. I also want to say that the African Development Bank is implementing $20 billion desert-to-power program to develop 10,000 megawatts of solar across 11 countries in the Sahel zone of Africa to provide electricity for 250 million people. The bank has also launched a $1 billion Africa Climate Insurance Facility for adaptation to help insure African countries against extreme weather patterns and catastrophic climatic shocks. And finally, the bank's newly opened climate action window with $429 million will support climate resilience for the 37 low-income countries in Africa, which will allow 20 million farmers to have access to climate information and 20 million farmers to have access to climate insurance. And I'm glad that the Deputy Prime Minister of Ethiopia is here through the Technologies for African Agricultural Transformation. We have provided Ethiopia with access to heat-tolerant wheat varieties. They started in 2018 with 5,000 hectares. This year, there are 2.2 million hectares. That has turned Ethiopia, for the first time in its history, to be a net exporter of wheat in less than 3 years, despite the challenges of climate. So technology actually matters. I think we should clap for them because others should be doing things like that. Lastly, let me just say that the African Development Bank fully and strongly supports the agenda of the United Nations Secretary General to deliver climate adaptation and early warning systems for all. And I thank you very much.